Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to USA Global TV and Business Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Jacqueline KERBECK, and our show today is What's Trending. I'm so excited to be doing this show in this beautiful environment that we have here. It's spring here on the East Coast of the United States. And joining me is someone who has become a very dear friend very quickly. Her name is Kathie Fulton, and she actually was here on a show being interviewed. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was a short time ago. And from there, it's amazing what's happened. She is a co-host and an expert talking head on our platform, Talking Heads, which is incredible. Her show will be forthcoming starting next week on Talking Heads. You'll be able to watch her present right after this show. It will be live. She also is an entrepreneur. She's had an incredible backstory of when she left home with a U-Haul and people saying you're never going to make it. And she hit the stars and beyond. So let's welcome her and hear a little bit about her story, and then welcome our guests today on What's Trending. Hi, Kathie.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's great to see you in this beautiful environment, isn't it?
Oh, I know. It feels like, a breath of fresh air. I'm so ready for spring. It's been a long winter.
It certainly has. And, I'm really so thrilled with what you've accomplished and your story. You are really a role model and a leader for women, for everyone. And so is our guest backstage. So I'm going to spotlight you. And if you can tell us a little bit about you and your interior design business and what you'd like people to take away from our show on What's Trending.
Okay. Well, do you see me?
Yes, we see you.
Okay, because I don't. Okay. Anyway, so I have had my own interior design firm for, it's hard to believe, 22 years. And what I do is I help people create beautiful spaces that they love to live in. And I also teach a course called the Interior Decorators Business Launchpad. And this is a great course for people that have a passion for design and they want to become an interior decorator. They want to start their own business. And probably most important is that they want to learn how to make a profit in their business. So this is a 12-week, very interactive course that I literally walk you through. This isn't just textbook knowledge. This is the actual, I get down in the trenches with you and show you how to do it. And like I said, it's 12 weeks and the cost of the course is $19.97. So that's the whole design aspect of it. And I'm just so excited about what's trending and all of the speakers that we have and experts lined up. I've been so excited to have Cathie Truit on the show. I've known Cathie for a long time, and she's probably one of my most favorite people on the planet because she is so much fun and she has this great attitude about life, and her spirit it's just contagious. So, but we have all walks of life that are going to be on the show. We're like booking so quickly, everything from financial advisors to vintage clothing to what's the greatest bikinis that are coming out for the summer, landscaping. I mean, you name it. And that's why I love the name of the show, What's Trending, because it's so broad. We can really cover what's trending. So there you have it.
Thanks, Kathy. That was a great overview for our audience. So if you're interested in being a guest here, go over to our website, usaglobaltv.com, and book your session. Okay, I want to bring out Kathie Truit. She is backstage. We're excited to have her come out. She is a dreamer, a blogger, and an author. And you can contact her after the show at her website, which we will have here right now. So let's welcome her. Hello, nice to see you.
Hi, Kathy.
Good morning. You know, it is not nice to brag, ladies, about how nice your weather is on the East Coast. Because here in Missouri, it is 36 degrees.
Ooh.
Over it. I'm so just moved back to the mainland from Puerto Rico, where it's always sunny and 87. So anyway, but thanks for asking.
Do we want to talk about why you moved back from Puerto Rico?
Sure. So we moved. About a year ago, we sold everything, moved to Puerto Rico. We decided it sounded like fun. Our kids are grown. We're adventurers. We do what we want. So we sold everything, moved to Puerto Rico, thought we would be there for a long time, came home for hurricane season, and just realized that this time with our parents is limited. And we decided we wanted to come back and just spend time with them. And actually, I'm at my parents right now. And I just told my dad, I said, now, Dad, I'm going to be on a TV show. And so you can't dance on tables. You can't, it's so.
Well, bravo to you for that. And I know that Kathy, Fulton, and I can both relate to what you're doing. That's exceptional.
Thank you. It's good to be back. Good to be.
So, Kathy, we were talking before the show started about what you'd like to have people take away from the show. And I'd like to start there because I think it's such an important message. And then let's drill into what it is that you're doing and all the incredible adventures that you're having and all the fun you have in your life.
So I think the main thing I want people to take away from is that you have one life. And we have responsibilities in life. We have bills to pay. We have jobs. But there has to come a time where you just have to, to drop what people think about you and just live your life. And I'll go back to I don't really talk about this anymore because I don't have to. I don't need to. But my very first novel was about an experience that happened to me where my family and we were terrorized by a stalker for 4 years. It was like being a prisoner in your own home. And when I did come out of that, I felt so free. I felt so free. And I think that is when I really began to live my life and realize how short life is. It was like being in a prison. And I realized how short life is. And I decided that after that, I was going to live life on my own terms. There are some rules you have to follow because there's laws, laws of the land. You can't just go hog wild and, break the laws. But I think that's one of the things that I'd like to talk about is how I did that and how maybe you can do that as well. If that's something that you're interested in.
We'd absolutely love to chat about that. We do have a comment from Mary Janes. Her confidence shines.
Oh, I know Mary Janes. Mary is, what was her comment? I can't see. Mary.
It says her confidence shines.
Oh, Mary, let me can I just tell you about something about Mary? Mary, artist. Mary works with me. Mary works with everybody in town. And she is absolutely amazing. Didn't know she was an artist until later in life. And someone asked her to paint something. And what she painted was amazing. And all the art in my store, my logo that she painted, it is Mary. So I can't say enough about Mary.
I saw your logo recently, just in a Facebook clip. Because me in Facebook, I scroll. Okay, no shaming here, but I scroll
no
on
shaming
Facebook.
On Dr. Pepper either. Okay, go ahead.
No, but I respond to emails at red lights. I flip through Facebook at red lights. Okay, so like I said, no shaming, but I saw a glimpse of your logo. And I thought, wow, that is great. And I've always been so intrigued because one of my favorite things on the planet is pie. So I so wish I could go to your store.
Well, you can come to my store anytime.
You just have to travel.
Yeah.
Travel.
Right.
Well, thank you, Mary, for your comment and for
Love you,
watching
Mary.
the show. That's really great. Okay, so you went through a traumatic situation. As you were talking, I was trying to imagine what that would be like, how horrible that would be to have a stalker and to feel like you're in a prison. And as you shared, you've learned a lot since then. But I want to also dive into that a little bit deeper because there are many people who feel imprisoned in their own body because they can't move forward with something. They're afraid to try something. They're afraid to fail. Can you tie those together for us, Kathie?
You know, the very first thing, of course, when you go out on a limb and you try things new, you're going to fail, you're going to succeed. The one thing I hate when people say to me is, oh, you're so talented, you're so extraordinary, you're so this. No, I'm not. There's absolutely nothing special or extraordinary about me. I promise there is not. The difference between me and anybody out there that doesn't think they can do this is that I am not afraid. I am not afraid to fall flat on my behind and have people laugh at me. I am not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to succeed. Some people are afraid to succeed. That is a real thing. Sometimes when you get to that goal you've worked so hard for, it can be really scary. But you just have to put all inhibitions aside. One thing that helped me with that is that years ago when I came out of that situation, I read a comment by a lady by the name of Bronnie Ware. And Bronnie is a palliative care worker. She works with people at the end of their lives. And she did a 10-year study of what people wish they had done differently in their lives. And do you know what 100% of them said? 100%. What do you think they said? I'm just curious what you would think they said.
Probably wish they wouldn't have cared what other people thought.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They wish
Yeah.
they had not cared what other people thought, and they wish they had lived life the way they wanted and not the way society expected them to, or maybe the way their mother just expected them to live, or the way their boss expected them to live. And so I live by 3 rules in my life. Number 1, if before I embark on anything, before I do anything, is does it break God's law? Is it illegal? And am I hurting anyone? And if I can answer no to all of those, then I do it. I just do it.
I love
Awesome.
that. That's
Awesome.
fantastic. I really appreciate you sharing that. I'm just going to add something to that. When I left my corporate career that I was in for 28 years and I started doing this on the radio, and then I had so many people throw rocks at me and say, oh, what do you think you're going to be
Really?
famous? Do you think you're going to be a celebrity? You
Oh,
can't
girl,
do this.
Yeah. Well, look at you now.
Yeah. No, so
You are.
to this day. So, and like I said, I don't like to talk about the stalking years. If you want to find out about that, the audience, the book is called False Victim. The movie is called The Neighbor in the Window on Lifetime. The Neighbor in the Window. Do not watch the movie and think you know my story, because the check cash. All I care about, the check cash. But I thought my life was ruined. You know, I had thought my life was ruined. I thought it'd never be the same. And I never dreamed it would open up this freedom for me. And even after the book and the movie, my second book, The Hillbilly Debutante Cafe, when I moved back here, I wrote The Hillbilly Debutante Cafe when I lived in the Washington, D.C. area, because I just wanted to move back home so bad. And I couldn't. And it's a fictitious story in El Dorado Springs that revolves around this cafe. And the funny thing is, this cafe that I'm opening up is in the building, in the town where the story takes place. And the Hillbilly Debutante Cafe is actually a finalist in Screencraft right now. And even so, I bring this up because even right now, to this day, 23, I've counted them, 23 people in my hometown have told me this will never work. People in this town, not one person's going to come in your store. You will never sell anything. This is not going to happen. El Dorado Springs will never be a destination. No one from out of town will ever come. And yet, after I've just spent X amount of dollars fixing up the store and ordering things, things like that, and I'm not going to lie that sometimes those voices do get to you.
Kathy, I mean, I can really appreciate that because it's just like when Dr. Jacqueline was kind of giving a little bit of history about me, talking about now when she very first introduced me, there was a point that she said that someone was following after me going, you'll never make it. Well, that person was my ex-husband. And I think I've told you that story before.
Yes.
But words, and I don't fault him for that. I mean, it is what it is. And it was so long ago, but I really, in hindsight, I appreciate those words because, words have power to me. And a lot of times people don't realize that they're actually participating in moving you towards your destiny. Like for me, and when he said those things to me, like, you're never going to make it, you're never going to make it without me. What he was doing, and he didn't realizing it, was he was setting me up for bigger and better things because I dug my heels in and I was bound and determined at that point to do my best to be a success. And so, everything that you just said resonated with me because, also I'm from a small town, now I know my small town is like a big city compared to where you're from. So, I totally get that, but, you're always going to have the naysayers,
Right.
you're always going to have the negative Nancys, but I mean, I just commend you for just powering through and powering on because I know it's going to be a success. I know it will.
Your lips to God's ears.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, Kathie Truit, I've pulled up your website if at some point during the show you want us to share it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, anytime you want to do that. My website is just my blog that I use to write on. So as far as my store's website, it's not up and running yet, but you're welcome to follow me. And just, I try to post pictures and, with the farm life. And, by the way, did you know that today, March 31st, is Feed Your Farm Animals in your formal day?
That is news to me. Did you know that, Kathy Fulton?
I did not. Kathy, did you create that day or has that? No.
I'm participating. But then again, every day is like that for me, which brings it to another point. Is it any, you have to, part of that freedom is I don't know why. I guess because I kind of grew up very plain and simple, but as you can tell, I've got way too much. I can't believe there are no comments under here about how much makeup I'm wearing, because usually when I get comments about her makeup, she's wearing too much makeup and all that, I'm like, yes, I am. Thank you very much.
I like your makeup.
I do too.
I like my drag queen makeup, and even when I get my husband of a morning, every other morning, I help him feed cows, and he'll say, "Okay, tomorrow's your day to help me feed cows. I need your help. So you need to get up early so you can get your makeup on." Like the cows care. But I mean, you just have to find what is your niche and what you like to do. And like I said, just not care about what anyone thinks. That's what you have to do. Like, I'm getting ready to take a drink of my Diet Dr. Pepper on TV. And it's probably not a very classy thing to do, but that's okay. I like my Diet Dr. Pepper. Anyway.
That's okay. We are actually going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll have more discussion and conversation. And I'd love to put up the website if you want me to do that as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Stay with us here. We are going to watch a couple of sponsorships as well as supporting people of Ukraine. So let's take a look.
Just call my name if you ever feel down or feel afraid, 'cause nothing is stronger than men who stand as one for a long time.
All the things that pass, million times the troubles seem to be
Easy, and days felt so bright with you.
I remember you always been my family member.
That's the time when we need to stand together. I made this song for you. Hope it reaches and puts a little bit
Smile on you.
and fills your mind with hope, because you're not alone. We're together in this love. We stand forever.
Peace is what we need. Everyone knows the truth, no matter which side you pick. You might realize
You're not alone. We're together in this love. We stand forever.
one thing to remember, and magic words we need. Slava Ukraini, nami You're not alone.
Hello and welcome back to USA Global TV and Business Talk Radio. I am Dr. Jacqueline KERBECK, and the house is full of Cathys. On our show today, What's Trending? I want to thank our special correspondents, Helena Shard and Ian Pelham Turner from London, for sharing those clips with us. Very inspirational and moving. All right, Kathie Truit, we've got some more comments from Mary. Let's see what she has to say. You made me want to wear lipstick again. Lipstick's back. Brilliant. And also, if you touch just one life to make a difference, it's worth it, Kathie. Stay true to yourself.
Oh, don't you see why I love her? You know,
She's a sweetheart. We'll have to have her on the show too. All right, we've got your website. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, that's a great idea, because Mary is one of those, like I said, she's one of those success stories about, her story's amazing. That's all I'll tell you. You need to have her on the show.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to share your website, if I can figure this out. Here we go. All right, can you see this?
Yes, there it is.
All right. So I'm going to be navigating us through the site. So we see you've got your counter here and all of your likes. Look at this: apple pie, pickup trucks, antique pink roses. Wow, there's a whole bunch of things here. You're very diverse, which I love.
So the funny thing is, I created this when I lived in Washington, D.C. My husband is a lobbyist. He still is. But I lived there, and it was called Hillbilly Debutante, Musings of a Country Girl Stuck in the City. And it was just, I had so much fun with it. And then I stupidly, and then I kept it up when I moved to Texas. And then I stupidly got rid of all of my prior postings when I moved to Puerto Rico, because I thought, well, I'm not a country girl stuck in the city anymore, so it doesn't really count. But I wish I had kept it, because that was 10 years of really funny experiences. Things like that, but I didn't. And so now it's about my life today. Live and learn.
Well, I love the glasses. I'm going to go back over to the website. So I love these glasses. They're beautiful.
I will have my line of sunglasses soon.
And lipstick, right?
And
or makeup. Because I swear I read it at a red light, and I was like,
yeah,
oh, that's so cool.
Lipstick line. That's fabulous.
Right. So
that is really cool.
Now, if I could just find someone to make tutus, because I'm known for my long tutus that I wear.
Sorry, do you want me to stop any specific place?
No, those are just boots. My screenwriter called me at 3 a.m. and told me we had made the finals for Screencraft. And so I had been eyeing those boots, and I thought, you know what? I couldn't sleep when I got off the phone, so I just decided to celebrate by buying those boots. And so
Congratulations. I love it. Why not?
Thank you. We find out April 20th if we win or not. So crossing our fingers.
You're going to win. I feel it.
It's great to be a finalist. I mean, that is a big deal, in itself right there. So
it sure is. And you and I are the same age, 59.
Yep. Big thing this year. I'm looking forward to it. New decade. Yeah.
There's anything else here?
No, not much. Not really much on there. I think I said it's my donkey, Charlotte. She was mad because, man, if you've never been loved by a donkey, you don't know what you're missing. But I cannot step outside without her going crazy. And so it was a nice Sunday afternoon. And I thought, well, I'll just take a good book out there. I took some bubbles. I like to blow bubbles. And I took a book and a glass of wine out there and just sat with her for the afternoon. So
that's beautiful. And you've got fresh eggs?
Fresh eggs. Yep. Farm fresh eggs. My favorite.
Love that.
The secret about that, farm fresh eggs, if you don't wash the chicken poop off, you don't have to refrigerate them. Just in case you didn't know that.
Oh my gosh.
Which should we do? Should we wash it off or not?
You wash them off. Well, when you buy them at the store, they're already washed, so you have to put them in the refrigerator. But when you have farm fresh eggs, don't wash them off until you're ready to use them. Okay. And they will last, I think they last for about 2 weeks. And they're pretty, it's a pretty display,
It's pretty. And you've got your daffodils.
I've got my daffodils. We planted strawberries by the house. And if you would have told me even a year ago, because I left Washington, D.C., I literally, it was June 7th, 2014, June 6th, and my husband came home and I said, I love you, but I hate this place more. So I'm going to move to Texas. And he's like, are we okay? I said, yeah, we're fine. I want to go to Texas. I just can't do the city anymore. I moved to Texas. He eventually relocated there, of course, as well. And then in Puerto Rico, we were on the ocean and on the beach. If you would have told me this time last year that I would be back in my small town in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, happy, I would have told you were lying.
I love the fact that you said, hey, I don't like it here and I'm going to Texas. And you went.
Right.
And he came after you. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
But I do. I live in the middle of nowhere. I used to wake up in Puerto Rico to seeing the sunrise over the ocean. And now I see the sunrise over the prairie at night. It's just as beautiful. So here's my logo. So my logo was actually invented by a man named Josh Sankey. And we just kind of worked together. It was like the first one he did, I didn't like. So we talked a little bit more. It was like he was in my head and knew exactly what I wanted. But to take that and to paint that exactly on a wall, I mean, it took me, I think it took her like 3 days to do that.
Beautiful.
Anything. She can paint absolutely anything. She can do her own artist work, or she can, replica, something else. And she's very well known all over our town. So,
That's very exciting. So let's see. Hillbilly Debutante Cafe.
So the Hillbilly Debutante Cafe, like I said, was a story that is totally fiction. And here's what's funny. When you write a book about your hometown that takes place in your hometown, you have people that get mad because they think the book is about them. I took the character of some people, but even then, the characteristics still not those people. It is still not those people. I don't know how, we really did have a cross-dressing mechanic in town, but I took that characteristic, and honestly, the rest of it is I feel like that character, Jerry Ray Turner is his name. I feel like that character is me. And so every time I describe his drag queen makeup and his wardrobe and everything, I'm really describing me. Okay. There's just so many quirky, fun characters in that book. And nobody is anyone. I did use real names of town people and businesses. I asked their permission first. And there's a reason I did this. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Rita Mae Brown, but she's in your neck of the woods. She's in Virginia. She's a very prolific writer. But she writes stories about a little town called Crozet, Virginia. And I remember one day after reading like the 4th book where the story takes place, I put my little William on the school bus and I got in my car and I drove 3 hours south to Crozet, Virginia. I only had enough time to drive down there, drive around, and drive back for him to be back off the bus. And I thought, you know what? I've written one book. I wonder if I could write a charming story about my hometown and drum up enough interest that people would want to drive and see it out of curiosity. Because our little town, like a lot of towns across America, is dying. And it's always been my dream to come back here and bring that book to life and to see is it possible that I can generate enough that the story and the characters can generate enough curiosity that people will want to come here. And that's what I am trying to do. I have a follow-up book called The Hillbilly Debutante Mercantile. It's called Murder in the Mercantile. And in the book, Molly, the owner of the cafe, turns the cafe into a mercantile and pie shop, mainly because Kathie Truit does not want to run a cafe. I can run a mercantile and pie shop, but not a cafe. So,
wow, you are just doing everything. It's amazing. I love your energy.
so, I'm just trying to. I'm hoping that that other people in town will want to open a business as well. I love my town so much, and I want it to thrive. And I know they can. I've seen towns, and we're in the middle of nowhere, and I think that is why people are so apprehensive. We're in the middle of nowhere. Nobody wants to come here. But do you know how many little towns in Texas we had that are in the middle of nowhere, and yet their downtowns are thriving? Even in northern Missouri, I've seen little towns that are so far away from everything, and yet people drive there to shop at their antiques shops and eat in their restaurants and their cafes. And I'm thinking, why not us? That should be us. Our town deserves that.
You've got me interested.
Come on,
road trip, Cathy, Fulton.
So, Cathy, how big is your mercantile, your store?
It is 1,700 square feet.
So it's pretty big.
It's pretty big. It's kind of long. So some
Yeah.
of the kitchen, some of that's going to be storage. I'm having an actual pie bar and a couple of tables, and the rest is going to be clothing, accessories, Amish goods, bumper stickers, candles, coffees. Am I leaving anything out?
Are you doing like any
Lipstick?
vintage? You're big into vintage.
So right now I don't have vintage. So my style, and Cathy, you'll get this, Dr. Jackie, I'm not sure if you'll understand this. My style is very weird. My style of dress. I try to think of a way to describe it, but it's the best way to describe it is Texas Hill Country. That feminine yet homeless look. It's
Feminine homeless.
really, but early prairie, so a lot of my designs that are come in are like that. I have a plus size line. Any shape and size will be able to shop with me. I would like to, furniture, I have new and vintage and some just junk that you can just fix up. I would like to have the opportunity to have some vintage and gently used clothing in there. I have just not had the opportunity to shop for that yet.
And are you baking the pies?
Some of them, but mostly not. Most of them I'll contract out. We have a bakery here in town. Her name is Angie Wood, and she's famous in her own right for her cakes. I always tell people, I told her one day, because she's very humble, and I said, Angie, I've been all over the world. I've dined in embassies, the White House, and you are second to no one. She is so amazingly talented. And so I will tell you, my pies taste every bit as good as hers, but they're not as pretty as hers. But I'm no cake. Oh my goodness. Nobody can decorate a cake like she can. But I will contract out some with her. I'll have guest pie bakers come in, but I'll do a lot of the pies. My pies are not very pretty, but they are very, very good.
It matters what's on the inside, not the outside,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Now, will you do mail order? Will you mail order those pies?
No. No.
That was just a personal request.
And something else. And so something else I guess you need to know is that we're not trying to win pie contests here. We're not trying to have like some big producer come in and say, this is the world's best pie. We're not. The pie is going to be good. You're going to love the way it tastes. But it's mainly, we would just want you to come in and The atmosphere is going to be pixie dust and fairy lights. We just want you to have a great experience. We want you to walk through those doors and forget your problems, and nothing else exists but that warmth and encompass of kindness and love around you when you walk in those doors.
What a beautiful
Awesome.
experience you're creating for people.
So,
Awesome.
It's fantastic. Well, ladies, we've come to the end of our show because we have a show right after this, but this was so much fun. And Cathy, you have to come back and see us. And Kathy
would.
Fulton, I think Kathie Truit would be perfect for our women's show that we're starting.
I
oh,
think so too.
can I wear my pink tutu?
We'll talk more about that later. All right,
Okay.
so Kathie Truit, I'm going to spotlight you, and if you could share with our audience, your banner is there, but for people who can't read it or they're on the radio, who would you like to contact you, and how should they reach out to you?
Mhm. You know what? I am so easy to contact. You can do it email at kathitruitt@msn.com, and make sure you get the spelling of my name correct. It's KATHIETRUITT@msn.com. You can do Facebook Messenger, or you know what? You can even call me. My phone, my number is public, 703 593 7940. You can text me or call me.
All right, I got that typed up pretty fast. Let's put that there. All right, so we've got Kathie Truitt at msn.com, 703-593-7940.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do I win a prize? Do I get a pie or anything? No.
You girls get hi when you come to visit. All right.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. I'll be in touch
Thank
with
you,
you.
Kathy.
Everybody have a good day. Mwah.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
She's delightful. Thank you so much for bringing her to the platform.
I'm just delighted that she had time to do it. I mean, she's one of my favorites. You know, she's so much fun. And I love her energy, and I love her honesty and openness. And, you know, she and I think a lot alike. So.
And I love the fact that she's adventurous and she's not going to sit there in a corner and watch the world go by.
Right. She has no fear, which, you know, I mean, she and I were really on the same page, because I figure, you know what? I mean, if you never try it, you're never going to know. And it's just like being in sales. If you don't ask someone, I mean, all they can ever say is no. So, I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
That's so true. How many times do people miss out on opportunities because they don't ask? They're already expecting certain answers or responses, and it's a shame because you're not going to know.
That's right. Life passes you by. So
exactly. Well, brilliant show. Thank you so much. And again, just to reiterate for folks who are looking to learn from you on your Talking Heads presentations, they're going to start next week, next Thursday, April the 7th, and that will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, Kathy, I'm going to spotlight you, and your banner is up as well, but if you can let people know how they can contact you and who you'd like to reach out.
Well, you can call me anytime. My phone number is up on the banner, and it's 703-895-3798. I actually answer the phone. You can also send me an email. It's kathifulton1965@gmail.com. I would love to help you with any design project, whether it be an entire house. If you are needing your kitchens remodeled or your bathrooms remodeled, I even do exterior design. So happy to help. Would love to hear from you.
All right. We've got kathifulton1965@gmail.com.
That is correct. That's me.
Fantastic. Okay. And we have a comment before you go. Let's see, from Marcia Fowell. I hope I'm saying your name right. She is the best. Stopped at a traffic light in SA. Looking forward to the grand opening. All right. Fantastic. Thank you for commenting and for watching the show. All right, Kathie Fulton, I'll see you again soon.
Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening, whether it's on the live or the replay. You can watch all of our shows on many platforms, but I suggest watching them on our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV. And while you're there, if you could just click that button, subscribe, that would mean so much. You can also watch on our website, which is usaglobaltv.com. All right, I just want to review what the shows are coming up. Right after this, we have Talking Heads. Our expert presenter today is Al Cini. Then we have the Corner Bookstore. Our guest is Max Regan, followed by the Film and Music Show. Our guest is David Addison. Then the Wise Ones. Our guest is Sandy Lawrence. And our final show of the day is Talking Heads, and our expert presenter is Red O'Loughlin. So thank you again. We will be signing off for right now. You stay where you are. We will be back literally in less than 15 minutes for our Talking Head series. Thanks again. Thank you, Kathy and Cathy.